What if the most dangerous part of your day isn't what you eat, how little you exercise, or even the pills you take, but what you do right before you close your eyes at night? Many people over 60 believe that if they make it through the day, nighttime is safe, peaceful, restorative. But there's a quiet mystery here, one that doctors often see only after it's too late. A 71-year-old man went to bed feeling fine and never woke up. The clues were there long before that night, but they were scattered across decades, hidden inside habits that felt harmless. For years, aging science focused on daytime risks: heart disease, diabetes, falls. Sleep was treated as recovery time, but in the early 2000s, researchers like Dr. Eve Van Cotter and teams at the National Institute on Aging began documenting something unsettling. The aging body responds very differently to nighttime stress. Heart rhythm, breathing, blood pressure, and glucose regulation all change after 65. Night is no longer neutral territory, it's a testing ground. The story begins much earlier than most people expect. In early adulthood, sleep habits are formed under pressure: late nights, irregular schedules, caffeine, alcohol. The body compensates easily in the 20s and 30s. According to CDC data, adults under 40 can tolerate short sleep with minimal immediate consequences. But these patterns don't disappear, they imprint. The nervous system learns a certain rhythm, and that rhythm follows you forward. Then the 40s arrive, and changes start quietly. Circadian rhythms weaken. Melatonin production drops by as much as 50% by midlife. According to sleep studies from Harvard Medical School, people start waking earlier, sleeping lighter. To cope, many adopt small bedtime fixes: a drink to relax, television to distract, late snacks to feel comfortable. None of these feel dangerous. In fact, they feel helpful. But each one nudges the body further from its natural nighttime balance. After 65, a shift occurs that most people ignore. The cardiovascular system becomes more sensitive to nighttime fluctuations. Blood pressure, which should dip during sleep, often doesn't. This non-dipping pattern affects nearly 40% of older Americans, according to American Heart Association data. Breathing becomes shallower. Blood sugar regulation slows. The margin for error shrinks. Habits that once caused mild disruption now carry real risk. The breaking point is rarely dramatic. It doesn't announce itself with pain or panic. It shows up as restless sleep, frequent nighttime bathroom trips, morning fatigue. Many seniors dismiss these as normal aging. But behind the scenes, stress hormones remain elevated, oxygen levels dip, and the heart works harder than it should. In real cases reviewed by sleep clinics, sudden nighttime cardiac events are often preceded by years of just not sleeping well. When something goes wrong at night, the fallout is severe. Health consequences include increased risk of heart attack, stroke, and dangerous arrhythmias. Financially, hospitalizations after nighttime events are longer and more costly. Lifestyle changes follow: loss of independence, fear of sleeping alone, reduced confidence. Across millions of seniors in the United States, nighttime health events follow eerily similar patterns. So, what habits are quietly contributing? Most seniors try failed fixes based on old advice. They drink alcohol to fall asleep faster, not realizing studies show alcohol fragments sleep and increases nighttime heart strain after 70. They eat heavy or late meals, which spike blood sugar and heart rate when the body should be slowing down. They lie flat despite undiagnosed breathing issues. Research shows untreated sleep apnea affects nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65 and dramatically increases nighttime risk. And they scroll or watch bright screens late into the night, suppressing what little melatonin they still produce. Each of these habits alone may seem minor. Together, they create a perfect storm. The science is clear, but often ignored. The CDC reports that adults over 70 who sleep fewer than 6 hours or experience frequent nighttime disruptions have significantly higher rates of cardiovascular events. The pattern repeats across gender, income, and geography. It's not about one bad night. It's about nightly strain accumulated over years. The answers only make sense once you see the full chain. Early habits shape midlife coping. Midlife coping becomes late life risk. And bedtime, the moment meant for rest, becomes the most vulnerable window. So, what can people over 60 do today? First, protect the last 2 hours before sleep. This means no alcohol, no heavy meals, and no intense stimulation. Studies show that calming the nervous system before bed lowers nighttime heart stress measurably. Second, elevate awareness of breathing. If snoring, gasping, or extreme daytime fatigue are present, evaluation matters. Treating sleep-disordered breathing has been shown to reduce nighttime cardiac risk significantly in seniors. Third, create consistency. Going to bed and waking at the same time strengthens circadian rhythms even in old age. Consistency is more protective than duration alone. Here is the warning, grounded in evidence. Ignoring poor sleep after 70 is not harmless. It is associated with real, measurable increases in nighttime medical emergencies. And here is the thought to carry into the next video. If the body is most vulnerable at night as we age, what other safe routines might deserve a second look? If you want the next chapter where we break down what truly makes sleep safer after 70, subscribe and stay with us. This story, in over, and understanding it could change how you go to bed tonight.